Okay guys, so what I'm going to be doing with him today is hopefully being able to use a bucking strap on him, which is just simply a strap that teaches him to stop bucking whenever he feels something around his belly, and I'm 100% sure he's going to buck with it. So you can see right there, the little whip touched him and he already kind of kicked out at it. So every day he's doing slightly better with not pulling on the rope. Like today I can actually notice for the first time a little bit of slack in the lead rope, especially going this direction. That's big progress. That was a really good change of directions there. And hind end away. Back up. There we go, good. A few steps back so he respects my space. So whenever I'm introducing a horse to a saddle pad, it's important that they smell it, that they kind of start to look at it, that they see it from a few different angles. And I want to just take it slow. It's definitely an object that a horse can kick at. It's an object that they can react negatively to. So I just want to take it really slow, let them realize it's a soft object, and I'll kind of take it towards them and then take it away. Advance and retreat, advance and retreat, advance, retreat, advance, retreat. Especially with their legs, like their front legs, you can let it touch their front legs. Always keeping in mind that they can kick with their back legs or their front legs very quickly. So I'm trying to hold it out as far as I can and away from me. So what I just did there was incorrect. What I want to do is slide it on like this. I don't want to let it flop on like this. There's two different ways to put it on. So you're not going to flop it on like this. You're supposed to just kind of let it slide on there without really making too much bang onto his back. Let him smell it again. You can't let them investigate enough. Like every time he does this, it's really good. Because this smells like a lot of different horses too. This has been on a lot of horses. So take it up, take it away. Great job. So at this point I'll let him walk with it just a little bit. Let him see it, and I'll get out the way a little bit. So you can just kind of see that up there. I'm ready. If he jumps, I would also jump and get out the way. If he's chilled with it, then that's great. So that's a really good textbook introduction to the saddle pad. So I can go ahead and just pop it off. You did really well there. So I'm trying not to be silly, because if I'm silly right now, it could be bad if I reach for the rope, even though I really need it. Whoa, see, he just kicked out at me there, even though I didn't even get close to him. So we're dealing with a very wild horse that will not let me have any free passes at what I'm doing. So I got to be very, very aware of everything. And this next part here is really going to show how wild he is, because he literally just kicked at me and I wasn't even close to his hind end. So we're going to just get this wrapped around him here like this. And in a second here, he's really going to show how wild he is. So I'm going to go ahead and send him in a circle. So as soon as he stops, I'll release it. And release it. So if he stops bucking, I'll release it. It's a really great way to introduce a horse to what the saddle is going to feel like, the back cinch, and also to get them over bucking, because bucking's a pretty dangerous habit. So more than anything, he's just jumping. He's not really bucking very hard, which is good. So you could definitely see during that process that he had very little respect for me. He was kicking out. You know, he was being disrespectful. But at the same time, I stayed far enough away from him. I had 2 long ropes, so I wasn't in harm's way. So day by day, we're building on new things. We're starting new things and building on established things. And hopefully we have a calmer horse at the end of the lesson than we had at the beginning of the lesson. Because if there's not a calmer horse at the end of the lesson, then there's no point in doing this. So what's crazy is it takes a long time till you can just come out here in the morning and halter him up and just take him out and ride him, and him act like a 24-year-old gelding. That's just not going to happen for a long time. And especially when it comes to all the groundwork stuff, all the stuff that we're working on every single day, it can be daunting with a wild horse, because you think, when are they ever going to be good? But I've done this enough to know that at some point here, we'll be like, wow, he actually lets us walk up and halter him. He actually lets us mess with him. So at this point, guys, the plastic bag shouldn't be something he's scared of. Shouldn't be something that he's reacting to, because we've worked with him a couple days on it. So I'm just not gonna come out here and try to be easy with him. This is gonna be like next level desensitizing. Almost to the point where people might say, oh, you're trying to traumatize him, or trying to get him, you're trying to scare him. Well, I'm not trying to scare him. I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't get scared anymore. So what I'd like to do now is teach him 2 exercises that are going to be really important for him. One is to move over his hind end. The other one is to move over his front end. So the way we're going to do it is I'm going to stand right here, hold my hand up here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, There we go. There's that hind end moving over. I can rub it away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Couple good steps. 3 good, 4 almost. Oh, he's kicking out. Say nope, no kicking out allowed. Great, that's better. I can rub it away. So this is interesting because he kicked out whenever I tapped him to tell him to go around. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Good. Move his hind end over and be respectful. That's really good. Now on the front end side of things, put my stick up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Front end across. There, that was a good attempt. Not quite. He's still going back more than over. Good. That was actually very good. Although he freaked out and got scared because he was getting close to me and things. It was actually a very good attempt. So I've got to watch myself, but I think he's doing okay. Move your front end over and away. Ready, ready, there. First time he did it well. Now, obviously he's getting scared because he's putting his hind end towards me. Makes him want to kick me. There we go, good. First time he did an actual good step across. And he's getting more chilled with that, so that's awesome. Move your front end away. Good, there are some great steps. Hind end away. See if he'll respond here. Hind end across. Good job. Very good job. Now see how he ran into me a little bit? I actually like that because in this case, I want him to start to get used to being close to me. So I'm not upset that he kind of ran into me a little bit. I don't want him to be scared of me bumping into him. Over and away. Good. See how he's running into me a little bit? I don't mind that. I want him to get used to me being up here and close to him. Realize that's not a negative thing. Because pretty soon I'm going to be riding on top of him and we'll be really connected. So me being up here and rubbing on him is not a bad thing. So I like to spend the last few minutes of my lesson just getting him used to how, getting him used to being around me, getting him used to me being up close to him, rubbing on him, stroking on him. This is all an effort to get him more used to me and me being around him, my mannerisms. See right there, he got a little nervous, so at least we have control of him. We can move his hindquarters the opposite way. See there, he's a bit head shy. Just do it till he relaxes. My favorite one is actually the backward slap. So what I'll do is I'll stroke his face like this, and then I'll slap him, but in the opposite way. So I'll slap away from him and then bring my hands closer and stroke him. Slap away from him. And this kind of messes with horses because I'm not slapping him, I'm actually just scaring him. But it starts to just make him relax a whole different level if you do this with him. So I'm slapping away from him and coming back slowly, stroking him. Go away, come back, go away, come back. It's like the opposite of a slap. Like I'm just taking my hands away quickly. And this will really get him chilled out. He's being pretty brave with this one. Usually they get a little more freaked out. I haven't heard him one time. It's just a little different. If you want to make it more intense, just add a sound. So pretty soon you'll have head shy horses that just completely relax and get really, really chilled out around you if you do those kind of things with them. What I like to work on as well is just walking up to him and having him just get used to me approaching him. So just me walking up to him and stroking him. Like you can see how scared he is of me approaching him. So I want to just practice that. I want to go away from him and approach him. So just walk up to him and stroke him. See how scared he is? He's snorting. It's a big fear of his, just people walking up to him, you know, approaching him. And this is what makes it so hard to catch him, is he's scared of you walking up to him, scared of you approaching him. Like from this side, he doesn't even know really what to do. What he needs to do is just stand still and relax. The only way that you get a horse to be okay with you approaching him is practicing and practicing and practicing. I want to get him to be free here because I want to really work on this. If he runs off, we'll do a bit of groundwork and we'll come back. But I want him to get used to me approaching him without me having to stress about catching him. I want him to be easier and easier to catch. So the best way to work on that is for me to do things like this with him, where I just continually practice approaching him. I like his draw that he's walking up to me a little bit. He's starting to get more confident about being around me. For today, I think he's done really well. We introduced him to the saddle pad. We got him a little bit tamer. He's learned a couple new things, so success.